Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the alarm clock here in South Beach can hit you like a ton of bricks.
It can, especially if you're out the night before, Ed, which a lot of players have been, quote-unquote, known to do. Let's see if they show up tonight.
Gotta find the energy. Gotta get ready. This one's about to get underway. Opening tip, won by the Heat, and we're underway in Miami. Dwayne Wade to Richardson. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
It's James Harden once again to Capella.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
To Harden. Oh, it's Whiteside with the rejection.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
James Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 69% at the line. First one goes down. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Paul into the front court. Down 3 to Capella. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Clint Capella at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. Missed it at the line. Dragic with it. Leads 1. Wade. A pass taken away by the Rockets. To Harden. The shot blocked by Whiteside.
Oh, he blocked that with authority. And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Paul to Harden. 5 to shoot. Paul. His first effort off the mark. Wade against Ennis. Harden with it up top. They trail by 1 to Whiteside. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Paul to Harden. Down to 5 on the 24. Won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
You know, Clint Capella was not expected to be this good of a player. but it's because of all the off-season work he's put in the gym with John Lucas, who's the head of player development for the Houston Rockets, that now he finished second only to Victor Oladipo as far as one of the most improved players in the league today.
Richardson to Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
So you must now visit our team website for more details.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, Miami.
Paul. Pass stolen by Miami. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. Well contested.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Waiters to Dragic. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Has a chance. Paul. To Capella. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Finish that.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
We played one here at American Airlines Arena with the Heat out in front. Jay and I back with more after this. It's NBA Thursday night on EA Sports. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Ellington sizing up Eric Gordon. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session, watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Knocks it down off the step back.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Tyler Johnson guarded by Clint Capella. To Waiters. From long range. Waiters forced that one off the mark on the three. Carter Williams with it up top. His team up by 1. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Gets a look. And a putback slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Michael Carter Williams. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 70% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Missed the second as well. To Richardson. Josh Richardson. He's 2 for 2 now.
I love stories like Josh Richardson's. A mid-second round pick in the 2015 draft, and he had to scrape and claw every inch of the court to make the team. Now, 2 years later, he finds himself in a starting role on the playoff team. That's called the American dream. And you can expect that same dog mentality in this game tonight.
Harden. And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number 1, a hezi. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number 2, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number 3, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. Houston takes over. He'd get control.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Surveys the floor. Magruder matched up with Carter Williams. From the painted area, won't go down. Gordon with it. Down a point. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. Richardson against Gordon. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Carter Williams to Harden.
1 minute left in the second quarter.
To Carter Williams. Rockets with 4 to shoot. James Harden, 2 of 4 now. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on you.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Tyler Johnson, guarded by Michael Carter-Williams. To Wade. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Harden into the front court. Down by 1. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
James Harden trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Whoops, that won't go. Wade. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Desperation shot here from half court. So a tie one as we reach the break in a one-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Rockets are in a tight battle after 2 quarters, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Heat aren't down by too much at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Steals.
Some very aggressive defense has allowed both teams to rack up a lot of steals. Ball security will be the key in the upcoming half, especially for the weakest dribblers. You know who you are.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads just a point.
Here comes screen. Here comes screen.
They work it to Capella. Down low. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
James Johnson matched up with James Ennis. Has a look. Paul the rebound. Harden in possession. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Paul. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Dragic with the basketball. His guys down 3. To Whiteside. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Number 16,
It's Rockets ball. Harden to Paul. Here comes the screen. Paul to Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. Dragic into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Tyler Johnson here against Harden. To Whiteside. A lot of contact. No whistle. Harden gets it down to Capella. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Knocked loose. Dragic against Chris Paul. That one out of bounds off a rocket, so it's going to stay with Miami. Changes coming from both sides right now.
into the game for Houston, number 10, Eric Gordon.
Richardson here against P.J. Tucker. Dragic. That no good. Off the mark. Paul into the front court. Leads 1. Here's a chance from long range. Message received. Well defended. Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. To Richardson.
Big kick right there.
Dwayne Wade to Dragic. Shot from the lane won't go. Tucker.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
To Paul. 5 on the shot clock. Has a chance. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Wade to Whiteside. Cleans the offensive glass. Capella up to block it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Paul across the timeline. Up by 3. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 86% from the line. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Miami with the basketball. Dragic to Waiters. Takes stock of the floor. Here comes the screen. It's rejected by Tucker.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Paul with it up top. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Can't connect.
And I'm telling you from personal experience, those are the ones that keep you up late at night. A point-blank miss right there. You got to make those.
Count it. That's belief right there on his shot.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Paul into the front court. Leads 4. Shot clock to 4 for Houston.
Paul,
he was all over him.
just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Long heave from three-quarters court. 3 quarters down, the Rockets with the lead. So the Heat will have it to start this 4th and final quarter. We've got a 1-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money. Down the stretch, it's game time.
Tucker. Trying to cash in. Tucker with a shot that misses. Dragic with the basketball. His guys now down by a point. Goran Dragic. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Goran Dragic, known to get under players' skin and uses it to his advantage, was a first-time All-Star last season.
Harden to Paul. Harden to Paul. 4-3. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Harden to Paul. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You know, Clint Capella was not expected to be this good of a player, but it's because of all the offseason work he's put in the gym with John Lucas, who's the head of player development for the Houston Rockets, that now he finished second only to Victor Oladipo as far as one of the most improved players in the league today.
Now Paul with the basketball. Down a point to Harden. Chance for Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
And they retain the possession. Tucker to Paul. Knocked loose. He'd come up with it. Dion Waiters powers it through.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Save 10% on all merchandise when you purchase 3 or more items at one of our convenience stores. This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Stepping in for Miami, number 13, Bam Adebayo.
Oh, he got a piece of it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Hassan Whiteside. Harden. Has a look. Harden shot won't go down. Dragic into the front court. His team up by 1. Waiters picked up by Nene. Gets it in the left corner. To Waiters. Dragic.
Send him down, ice.
5 to shoot for Miami. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Harden in possession. They trail by 1. To P.J. Tucker. Harden. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Shot from in close, no good. Tucker. He'd get control.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Dragic picked up by Paul. Dwayne Wade to Whiteside. Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Harden to Paul. Harden to Capella. It's blocked by Bam Adebayo.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
It's the Heat with the possession. That one out of bounds off a rocket, so it's going to stay with Miami. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 10, Eric Gordon. Subbing in for the Miami Heat, number 0.
Richardson. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Paul. To Capella. Good look that time.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First one, count it.
Like practice.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a three. Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 3 for 7. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. 17-footer for the win. The Heat with the victory as they just squeaked this one out by a point. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat got the win in a close game. The defense in this matchup was outstanding. When they weren't blocking shots, they were making steals, and it all came together for a terrific win. The Rockets are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.